Guys, if you can just push the walls back a few feet from where they were last year, please. It's too difficult when they're so close. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Aussie Villain Racing. It's Season 2, it's the Monaco Grand Prix, and today after back-to-back points finishes in the first two races of the year, that ends here, because there is no way I'm scoring points at Monaco. But let's go and have a look and see what we can do in between these two races, with a little bit of time. The press interview, that's something to look forward to, isn't it? Alright, so let's have a look here. We have simulator training, which is for Schwartzman. Might be worth doing. We got, what, about a week? A driver promo filming, which is for me. Durability team building, I don't think we need to worry about that. A sponsor event, the money's not important. The team acclaim could be. Sponsorship promotion and aerodynamic upgrade, equipment upgrade. Well, we definitely want to do that, don't we? We definitely want to do that. That leaves us 4 days. I'm thinking maybe we do this. The money's not important. The team acclaim, we can get 200, and then maybe we do Schwartzman as well. And that should get us to where we need to be. So that's what we'll be doing. Facilities, let's have a look here. We have 6.77 million to spend. Build time, if we go build time on the chassis, we can afford that now. That is done. So that's good. And then what have we got there? 2.7. We're not going to be able to afford anything more on that. R&D. Now, the progress of R&D, we do have one minor part set to come onto the car for May. There's no date anywhere here. You can't really see the date, can you? But anyway, you can see on the development chart there, we are neck and neck, essentially, with AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. Alpine have taken a step forward, haven't they? We have 24, almost 2,500 R&D points to use up as well. My logic is do the cheap ones first, because it'll open up more down the line. But I'm thinking we have enough. We could probably get 2 major upgrades with 2,400. So if they're 1,200 each, is that a major? That's a minor. It's a fairly major minor upgrade though. Fuel tank positioning, that is a big upgrade. So what if we do those two then? I wonder if we can. What if we can do both? So this will be in time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which is next up. And yeah, so we'll have both of those for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which in theory could actually push us right up the order, which would be a magnificent thing. Now we still have 400 or so R&D points to play with here, and we can get this rear wing outer strakes, which is a minor upgrade, but probably worth doing. And again, that will be there in time for Azerbaijan. And, well, that's a lot of work coming onto the car for the next race, which is something we can all look forward to. And let's go have a look at the vehicle itself now. All the power units are still, we've only done 2 races, so they're pretty fresh. The gearbox is still good to go. Yeah, so that's all fine. The corporate side of things, nothing's changed in terms of sponsorship. The driver contracts are there. One thing we could maybe look to do, I wonder actually, is if we look at some of these driver perks. And driver acclaim will be boosted, development upgrade, engine wear will be reduced by 20%. I tell you what, that for $500,000 is definitely worth doing. Driver upgrade, additional interview answers, don't care about that. And development upgrade, resource points will be boosted by 25%. Again, for $500,000, that is definitely worth it. So we've got 2 things that I probably should have done a lot sooner, if I'm being completely honest. Driver market doesn't worry us just yet. And if we have a look at the finances, we can see them there. 1 million in driver perks, facility upgrades as well. So we spent some money in between these 2 races. There is the financial history. And if we go and have a look at the standings, 2 10th place finishes sees us down there in 12th with 2 points. Season results, we can see there 10th. Now, of course, last year in Monaco, it was the lesser spotted DNF. Thankfully, it was lesser spotted, but it was a disaster in Monaco last year. I think we crashed out, if I remember correctly. And if we want to have another look there, we can see it there. A DNF at Monaco last year. So let's hope we can improve on that. The rivalry is with Fernando Alonso. We're currently neck and neck with him. We'll do well to get out of this, I'd say. We're still neck and neck. And we can see an average finish position of 14th, an average start position of 15th. yet I consider myself qualifying better at qualifying. Maybe I need to reassess that. So let's go back and sim ahead and see if anything goes wrong between now and the Monaco Grand Prix. Because once we get to Monaco, I do suspect a lot is going to go wrong. Simulator training has gone through nicely. Everything there is good.
We've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with
I
us
really
for the
don't
next Grand
care to
Prix.
talk to Will Buxton, if I'm completely honest. So let's advance ahead a little bit more, and we are at the Monaco race weekend. So let's get this done with. So we can see our pre-race or pre-weekend messages here. There's a track map if you're unfamiliar with the Monaco layout. Thankfully, there could be a little bit of rain at the end of qualifying, but that's going to be Q3. We're going to be well and truly tucked up in the motorhome by then. And comparison chart, we can see we have moved, well, we're roughly where we started, aren't we? Ahead of Alfa Romeo, Williams, and Haas, and then behind Aston Martin and Alfa Tauri, but not too far, almost neck and neck with them, I would say. So I'm going to go do some free practice, and if I survive, we'll see you for qualifying. Oh, I hate Monaco so much. Free practice is done. I think I've been last in just about every session. Schwartzman's looking okay. He's sort of in the Aussie Villain zone, sort of 14th or so. So let's hope he can do something, because Alright, so here we go, about to begin our first run in Q1. There will be very little talking. Just enjoy the facial expressions of a desperate man here. That's cheeky. We need all the help we can get.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Well, that was short and sweet, wasn't it? Unbelievable. I hate Monaco. I hate it so much. So we are last. We didn't do a time. Hopefully the stewards will let us race. Look at Schwartzman getting through Q1. Go on, Robbie. Maybe he can fly the flag for us this time. Well, let's get to this race and, well, see if I can get past half a lap in the race.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Norris, Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel and Schwartzman, Stroll, Russell, Mick Schumacher and Antonio Giovinazzi, Latifi, Mazepin, Oldtimer and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Alright, so we're not last. In hindsight, I missed a trick. We should have been taking engine penalties here, shouldn't we? But that was just an oversight. We'll start on the soft tyre because I fully expect probably have stuck it in the wall before we even get close to having a pit stop here. And if we do have a pit stop, I'll probably hit the wall on the way in to change tyres. So, yeah, I don't know what to do about Monaco. So here we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. We're starting last. It's almost impossible to overtake, so it's going to be an important start for us. And compared to those around us, we've got a decent one. The gap's opened up in front of us. Can we dive up the inside? Can we take a little bit? Oh, we're off the track. We can't pass Tsunoda. Schwartzman will let him go, just kind of pull in behind him there. Now, my logic in doing that is I'm not scoring points today. Let's be honest. I'm up into P14 somehow. Let's hold everybody up. it is impossible to overtake at Monaco, more or less. And careful. Back to the racing line, please. Try and hold everybody else up. Give him a chance. I feel like I need to hold a parking ticket out to, get access through the corner. Anyway, we'll hold everybody else up. Give Schwartzman a chance to get away. He's only, 3 places out of the points. If there's a little bit of chaos in front of him, maybe Robert can get some points today. It'll be his first points in Formula 1, of course. But, yeah, he's definitely our best chance. I'm not really sure. I never get pinged for the chicane there, the line that I take through there. I mean, you didn't really get to see much of it in qualifying. But, yeah, I mean, you'll see it through the race. I never get pinged for it, so I'm assuming it's okay. I'm not quite sure why the AI don't straight line it quite as much as I do. But anyway, we've got the 2 Aston Martins behind us, George Russell, Mick Schumacher, Latifi, and the 2 Alfa Romeos as well. And then, well, obviously Mazepin, but he's in last, isn't he? Because that's where he belongs. But 1 lap done successfully. Don't think there's any damage on the car yet. I mean, there will be at some point, no doubt. But yeah, I'm going to say that's a successful start. We've almost lost 2 seconds to Schwartzman, so that gives you some rough idea of our pace. But I mean, even with that, you can see Vettel is swarming all over the back of us, but he really does just have nowhere to go. Oh, I still maintain this is one of the silliest corners in the game. But anyway, I do feel like I am definitely improved on the track from where we were at last season. And of course, last season when we raced here, we didn't have the skill at 78, which is what it's currently on. We were definitely lower than that, I think. So, and there again, that's maybe slightly piss-taking, but I hit the wall there as well, did I? Is that damage on the car? Just about get around that corner, all over the shop. Vettel is just waiting for me to pin it, no doubt. And slightly deep. I feel like the thing with Monaco that is really frustrating is that the slow corners, you really are going...
DRS is being enabled.
The DRS is enabled. I mean, it's only down that main straight. And I really... It's not going to make that much of a difference, I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, I feel like the thing that is difficult for me to get my head around is in the really slow corners. I'm going as fast as possible. You can't go any faster. But it just feels so slow that you must be able to go faster. And I think I try and go too fast and end up costing myself time. If I just kind of settle into a rhythm, and I didn't even really... Oh, and again, trying to go too fast. I didn't even really do that in free practice either. It's one of those things that you tell yourself this is what you need to do, but do you do it? No, of course not. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I am just kind of keeping wheels on the track there, but I've never got a warning for it. So whatever I'm doing is allowed. This slightly weird angle. Slightly nauseating angle as well. But I am quick through the chicane section, and...
There's been an incident on track resulting
an incident on track. Vettel is very, very close. He's coming up the inside. I don't actually see him coming till late. Oh, that is wrong. That is wrong. I've panicked. I've turned in. I've been looking in my rearview mirror. I've turned in too early, and that was 100% my fault. And I should be getting a penalty for that, to be honest. I mean, Jeff said we were lucky not to get the penalty against Stroll in Barcelona.
Gap to car in front is 4.4
So we've given Schwartzman 4.5 seconds, but yeah, that was completely my fault. If you did notice, I really didn't expect him to be there, and I didn't even get on the battery until very, very late on. And then, like I say, I was looking in the rearview mirror, not looking where I'm going, and turned in just too early. And yeah, that makes me. I don't like that. That's not how I like to. I don't mind racing hard, and I will barge my way up the inside, but I don't like taking guys out like that when I'm defending a position. And you're probably all laughing at me, but I genuinely don't like, despite what there is evidence to suggest otherwise. But it looks like Vettel is coming in on the medium tyres as well, so that's really ruined his race, hasn't it? Starting on the mediums, he would have been hoping to go to the softs later on. But as one Aston Martin pulls away, it's a familiar sight. It's Lance Stroll all over our gearbox once again. And, well, let's see if we can keep him behind us for a second episode. The Aston Martins will be hating the side of my gearbox, won't they? But anyway, as long as they're behind us, they can't score more points than us, and we'll stay ahead of them in the Constructors. You can just get a flash of Robert Schwartzman there in front of us. What's he got now? Gap of 6 odd seconds. So my plan is working well so far. Now the issue potentially with Vettel is another bad exit there, but again, it's such a frustrating track, and there really is just no way to overtake at Monaco anymore. It was always difficult, but it just seems it's even more so now. But yeah, obviously the issue with Vettel is he's going to be in clear air, and he could very well jump us when eventually we have to come and make a pit stop. So in a strange way, I may have done him a favour for his race. He could find himself sort of getting past us, and if he has the pace, potentially, you know, Schwartzman and cars in front of that as well. But of course, on the hard tyre, you would assume he's not gonna have maybe the pace that he should have had. But there we go. We're holding Stroll behind us relatively comfortably, and we'll skip ahead now to lap 9. You'll notice we're in P9. That's because we're about to make our pit stop. We didn't really have any trouble keeping Stroll behind us. It's one of those. As long as you're not making bad mistakes, there's no way. And even if you do, there's still no way for him to get past. So we peel off. He's on the medium tyre. He will keep going. We come in. Well, no one thought I was reaching halfway through the race. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of let Schwartzman go. Hopefully, he's our best chance of points here, isn't he? Who knows, maybe I can finish the Monaco Grand Prix and that would be progress. Oh, we damaged the wing, that's no surprise. That's going to hurt us, actually. If we don't come last, it'll be a success, I think. So we come out of the pit lane. Oh, there goes the cars we were holding up. The Alfa Romeos, and I think it was a Haas as well. I didn't realise, I mean, in hindsight, I should have assumed the wing was damaged. I've been bouncing off everything, and Vettel is still behind us. So that is maybe a surprise. Yeah, I mean, I've been bouncing off everything, including Vettel. I should have realised the wing was damaged, and if we hadn't changed it, and we hadn't lost the 2 or 3 seconds that it takes to do that, we could have found ourselves out ahead of Mick Schumacher in P17, with still, you assume, Latifi, Russell, Stroll have got a pit. We could have, we could have found ourselves still in a relatively good position, but yeah, that change of wing is too much time lost when I'm already holding up a train of cars behind me. But Giovinazzi's there. We'll see what we can do. If we can keep up with him, that would be, I mean, again, that would be progress for me around Monaco. It's, as I've said many, many times, not my favourite track. And though it's one of those, it is a good challenge, and when I'm not hitting things, I do kind of enjoy the challenge, but it's so repetitive. Not repetitive, that's the wrong word. It's so
We're trailing our teammate by 17.1
so
seconds.
17 seconds now to Schwartzman, and I think he's already stopped as well, so that's not great. But we'll skip ahead now to lap 14, and there is other stops happening, and we can see Latifi coming out of the pits, and we're just not quite ahead of him. And my brain is now scanning the track ahead. Where are we most likely to overtake him? Maybe into this hairpin coming up here. What you will see, though, and what I'm really proud of, and it's a very minor achievement, you can see I've tried the button, we're just too far back to make a dive there, and you just can't overtake into this one. I think I may have hit the wall there as well. But we have kept up with the Alfa Romeos on the medium tyres, which is usually somewhere that I struggle. So, again, I'm quite proud of the fact that I'm doing the speed of the. I'm not a Mazepin, basically. I'm keeping up with the back of the field, and that is, that's encouraging. I think for me personally, I think I may have hit the. They didn't take my advice and put the walls back a little bit for me. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite pleased in a way with how it's going so far. We're at lap 15. Where we've hit Vettel, kind of, but we have pulled out a gap on Vettel as well, you'll notice. He's not behind us anymore. And I have kind of got myself into a little bit of a rhythm. It's a shame I couldn't have done this before qualifying, and then, if we qualified in the Aussie Villain zone, even if we'd done what Schwartzman had done and got 14th, we make the start that we made. Now, whether we would make up 6 places starting in midfield and not the back is debatable. But even if we make up 4 places,
The car ahead is 2.1 seconds.
2.1 to Latifi. But even if we make up 4 places into 10th, maybe on another day we could, and maybe there's something we can look forward to next season if we continue with the Monaco Grand Prix. Maybe that is something that we could aim to do. Points. Since you can't overtake. Now, of course, the issue we will always run into is at some point we've got to make a pit stop, and that's when it'll hurt us.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
But, oh, another slightly overcooked, and I think we may have hit the wall again. You can see just how quickly everything comes at you, though. It really is both frustrating, but an it's an annoyingly satisfying challenge as well when you get it right, which is probably Monaco in real life, isn't it? But we'll skip ahead again. This is coming on to the final lap, and again you can see Latifi on the soft tyres, granted stuck behind the Alfa Romeos. He's still in sight though.
This is your final lap of the race.
And I've got about 19 laps further than I thought I was going to, especially after qualifying. But yeah, I mean, we'll have a look at the end here. We'll see what the fastest laps were, where our fastest lap compares to others around us. I think I've hit the wall again there. It's a miracle this front wing is still on, really, isn't it? Yeah, but we'll see how our fastest lap compares to those around us. And you can see from that outboard shot there, there's 3 or 4 cars still within sight. I mean, granted that Lowe's hairpin gives you, it is the slowest corner, so you get as close as you'll ever get. Verstappen has won the race. The tyres are still in pretty good condition, albeit the mediums. But yeah, as I say, I'm quite pleased. We're just going to make sure we finish the race now. And we're going to be within, well, we've pulled out 10 seconds on Vettel on his hards. Unless there was maybe some floor damage or something that he did to his car when we, well, assaulted him. But final corner, and oh, Jesus.
We finished the Monaco Grand Prix. That's a victory in my books.
You almost did it more, and you almost binned it in the wall in the last corner. But there we go. We have finished the Monaco Grand Prix. We haven't come last. We come second last at finishes, but we haven't come last.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
Hey, I finished the race. Let me up there, please. I deserve to be up there. Prince Albert. Ow. Ow. Let me up. Ow. So we have finished the race. I didn't expect that. I feel a little bit bad for Vettel. I didn't expect him to be there, and then I kind of panicked a little bit and obviously ran into him and took him out. But other than that, I was relatively clean. I don't remember any other incidents. If Schwartzman 13th, we'll take that. That's a very good race from him. Hopefully that's going to be a building block for him. If we look at our fastest lap compared to those around us, we were essentially on par with Schwartzman. I did get in a bit of a rhythm towards the end there behind Giovinazzi. I was really starting to almost enjoy the track. I hate it, but I kind of like the challenge of it as well, which is really, yeah, it's a tough mental place to be in. But I think there's definitely building blocks there perhaps for future. But we finished the race, which we didn't do last year. I never thought we were going to score points today. I could have maybe overtaken Schwartzman at the start there, but I figured he was the best chance of points, so I'll just slot in behind him and hold everybody up, let him get away, and that kind of worked. He ended up 13th, so that, yes, I said that kind of worked. We are still 12th in the Drivers' Championship. If we have a look at the Constructors, we are still 7th, and that is, that's Monaco done. Thank God for another year. Let me know what you think in the comments. We do have the option. China is in the race, the Chinese race, I should say, is in the game that we can have, and so is the Portimao one as well, the Portugal race. That's in the game now as well. So let me know what you think in the comments for next season. Do we keep going with Monaco? Is it kind of going to be our Everest that we've got to conquer at some point, or do we just go for a track that I might stand a chance at? But that will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We are falling behind badly with Alonso. But as I say, I did expect that in the Monaco race. That was always on the cards. I do not want to see what my damage bill was for Monaco. But yeah, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next time for Baku. I think that's a track we should do a lot better at. Could we get points? Potentially. There's always a chance. But, yeah, it won't be Monaco. Only 50 grand damage. I find that very hard to believe. Anyway, guys, so that's it for today. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time in Baku. Take care.